Hi, everybody. And, well, hello, everybody. The audience says hello. Hello. Yes, I have an audience, and it's growing. Yes, it is. Well, welcome, everybody out there. Good to have you with me today. That song there, of course, is the Blue Danube Waltz, yeah. And, magnificent Strauss, you know. It's so many. Strauss first and Strauss second, 1 and 2. They both were great composers. So, well, here I am. It's around the world. Well, it's actually not around the world. It's called The World in Song, and today is part 2. Now, you will notice, if you saw my part 1, there was not a crease in the middle of this backdrop. There's a crease today. Somebody took the backdrop and folded it after I ironed it. Yeah. So that. You probably don't care, do you? Yeah, you don't care. Doesn't matter, right? Anyway. And before I forget, let me tell you that the next show is going to be Hawaii. Yeah. And I'm going to be dedicating that show to Alan Kent, who is 100 years old today. He lives in our village, and I did a Hawaiian show back in the, I don't know, quite a few years ago when I first started doing these TV shows. And he had asked me to do Moon of Munakura. That was a Dorothy Lamour song. So anyway, I did it, and well, the next show that I do will be Hawaii. And Alan, happy, happy birthday today, 100 years. Honestly, this is the truth. You sure don't look 100 years old, honey. You don't. But anyway. Okay, so that's the Blue Danube. Well, I've been on the Danube many times. In fact, Eddie, who is here with me, has been on it, was with me a couple of times probably on the Danube. Well, Spike Jones came out with a song, and it's called Blue Danube is Green. Yeah. So anyway, this is how it goes. Well, actually, folks, the Blue Danube, it's not blue. The Danube is not green. Actually, and I think Eddie can attest to this, right, honey? Eddie, it's brown. I have never seen anybody here in the audience been on the Danube. Have you? No? Oh my goodness, no. But yeah, you know, it's brown. It's brown. But here's the song that Spike Jones recorded. Okay. And you remember the name of Spike Jones' band? The City Slickers. Yeah. The years have come, and the years have gone, but the oft-told tale is not true. For all the things the Danube is not blue. The Danube is green. What's more, it ain't clean. It's green as a bean. It ain't not serene. And though the blueberry looks a little purple, and though your maple syrup looks a little murple, don't believe what you have heard or what you have seen. Oh, the Danube isn't blue, it's green. Oh, the Danube is green as the grass in the spring. It's as green as $1 you spend on a fling. It's as green as the paint that you put on the screen. Oh, the blue of the Danube is greener than green. The Danube isn't blue. The Danube has another hue. It's time we all came clean, 'cause the Danube isn't blue, it's green. It's green, yes, the Danube. And the Danube covers a lot of countries. I mean, right there, it's the border of many countries. And here's one. Yes, Vienna, Austria. Tales from Vienna Woods, and that was Strauss II, wrote that, Johann Strauss, in 1868. You know what I always tell you? Don't you love these new songs? I dream of the summertime, of Venice and the summertime. I see the cafes, the sunlit days with you, my love. The antique shop where we'd stop for a souvenir. The bridge, the boats below, the blue above. I dream all the winter long of violins that played our song. The dream is so real, I almost feel the lips on mine. And though I know we have to be an ocean apart, there's Venice and you and summertime. It's a lovely song from 1953, something like that. Okay. Well, we can't have a world in song without this country, right? First song, Can Can. Yes, you know that song is actually from the 1840s. Ha ha! You didn't know that, did you? And the next song is The River Seine. And has anybody cruised the River Seine? Yes. We've done that. Yeah. Anyway, that song is from 1953. The River Seine. Yeah. All right. Well, if we have any Irish folks, we got any Irish folks in the audience? Anybody Irish? All right, John's Irish. All right, so let's do this. We can't leave out the Irish. Beautiful Ireland. The first Irish song is A Rose of Tralee. That is from about the 1800s, an Irish folk song. And the next one is How Are Things in Glacamora. That's from the 40s, right? Okay. Roaming in the gloaming on the bonny banks of Clyde. Roaming in the gloaming with my laddie by my side. Where the sun is gone to rest, that's the time we love the best. Oh, it's lovely roaming in the gloaming. Scotch, right? The Scotch song. All right. Yes, from Scotland. Now, that song was written by a fellow by the name of Henry Lauder. And Winston Churchill said that he was the greatest ever ambassador of Scotland. Henry Lauder wrote a lot of songs. And, but anyway, so Winston Churchill had a say on that song. Now, this one, and I'm looking, I know I give them out a program, folks, out there. I give them a program so that they can see what I'm going to be doing. This next song is actually from a show called The Song of Norway. It's a song from that came out about in the early 40s, and the song is called Strange Music, but it's from The Song of Norway, and the melody is written by Edvard Grieg. Yes, who, of course, you know, was a Norwegian composer. All right, here's a little bit of it here. name's strange music, but that don't sound so strange, does it? No. Okay. Istanbul is Constantinople, now it's Istanbul. Constantinople been a long time gone. Constantinople, a Turkish delight on a moonlit night. Every gal in Constantinople lives in Istanbul, not Constantinople. So if you've a date in Constantinople, you'll be waiting in Istanbul. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way. Take me back to Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. Okay, the first song was Hava Nagila, and that is a Jewish folk song from 1918, right? And the next one, Istanbul, was Constantinople, 1953. That was a big hit for the Four Lads. Yeah. Okay. Horace Heidt. Now, I remember Horace Heidt and his musical nights. 1941, he had a recording on this, and Hutsut Rolson. And then, anyway, I just remembered, I thought I'd do it for you. It's a good song. Hutsut Rolson, you know. Anyway. All right, continuing on. That song was originally called Mood Over Naples. Yeah. Al Martino, though, had, the words were changed, and about the 60s, and Al Martino had the big hit on it. And of course, the one before that was In a Little Spanish Town, and that was from 1926. Yes. All right. Continuing on. It's just a little bit of that song. There's a lot more to it, to both of those songs. The first song is Chopin's Nocturne, written in an E-flat major, Nocturne in E-flat major. Now, Chopin, Polish composer, absolutely, from Poland. And anyway, he wrote this song when he was 20 years old. 20 years old. He lived between 1810 and 1840, so this was towards the end of his life. Now the other song, I don't know if anybody remembers this song, if it sounded familiar, but the last song I did is Sukiyaki, and it was a big hit in 1961. It was done by a Japanese singer. His last name was Sakamoto. And anyway, it became one of the world's most, one of the biggest selling singles of all time around the world. Yeah, Sukiyaki, Sukiyaki. Isn't that some type of a food or something, Sukiyaki? Or is it something you drink? Anyway, Sukiyaki. Is it a food? I don't know. I know Slovaki. Slovaki is a Greek food. Well, that sake's the drink. Well, sukiyaki is something. Maybe it's just a song. I think it is. Well, thank you. Thank you, John. I don't think I've ever had it. I've not eaten in that many Japanese restaurants, except those kind that you go with the chop, 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 chop on the table, you know, and then you sit there and then they chop your shrimp and chop everything there and scoop it onto your plate and all that. So, all right. That song was written by Bert Kempfert. 1962 it came out. It's called The Swingin' Safari. I loved every safari I was on. Everyone was different. I always was in Kenya and Tanzania, many of you probably have been in Botswana, been to Kruger National Park, there's just something about Africa that draws me. Those places like the Masai Mara and that. So I had to put the Swingin' Safari in there. Good tune. Well, folks, I've enjoyed doing the World in Song. We covered a lot of countries from, if you did not see the part 1, that's on YouTube, folks. So the World in Song part 1, and this is the World in Song part 2. Covered a lot of countries. And anyway, I want to do this song for you. I want to thank my audience for coming. It means a lot to look out there and see you. It is. I've said this before. I'm used to playing in front of an audience, and for all these years I've been doing it in front of a camera with Candace over there on the sound and screen doing the work there. But it just feels good to look out there and see some people, and I know every one of you, every one of your names. Just so glad you're here. They're residents of our John Knox village, my friends out there. Okay. Anyway, a shout out to Kathy. Kathy, I want to thank her. Kathy, by the way, lives in Christchurch, New Zealand. Kathy, I thank you so much for your email, really. And I know you love the songs, but if you have a favorite song, let me know, okay? All right. Golly, been a long time since I've been in Christchurch, Kathy. All right. Well, I want to close with this song. I love this song. This is by Joe Stafford, folks. Yes, great tune. Joe Stafford did it. If the audience wants to sing with me, you're welcome. See the pyramids along the Nile. Watch the sunrise on a tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while you belong to me. See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs. Just remember, till your dream appears, you belong to me. I'll be so alone without you. Maybe you'll be lonesome too and blue. Fly the ocean in a silver plane. See the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember, till you're home again, you belong to me. Thank you. And to my audience, thank you for being here. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.